Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Slime Rancher. In the last episode, we met some of our very first busy little worker bee drones. And oh my gosh, these are absolutely my favorite thing about the game so far. It's like everything I have ever wanted out of Slime Rancher. They are adorable, you can dress them up, and they do your work for you too. So we have one of these drones collecting all of the plorts from the corrals. And I did discover a few new things about these guys too. I actually set this one up a little bit wrong. We need to have it collect from the plort collectors instead of just the corrals. So this little bee was only collecting from the plorts that were on the ground, and that's why he never flew over here to grab the plorts from these things. Now they're all nice and empty though. I mean, I think every single one is taken care of. Oh my goodness, they work so fast. And then the other bee that we have serving the food at the moment is sending out vegetables now. I set it up so that drone is going to collect vegetables from the silo. Since we have more slimes over here who prefer vegetables over the chickens, I figured this would be a more effective way to use our drones. In fact, what I think I'm probably going to have to do at some point is just move all of our slimes around, swap places with them so all of the food groups will be in the same place, if that makes sense. That way we can just fill all of these silos with the foods that they absolutely love, and our bees should be able to take care of the rest. Now the other thing I learned is this tank over here. I mean, it's kind of like a recharging station, but basically what we have to do is water it, and then it'll be all nice and full again. If that tank ever runs dry, our bees will come back in a very, very sorry state. They need water to keep them nice and happy and healthy, so we'll just have to make sure that we refill it when we come back to the ranch after exploring. You guys had some really cute names for these bees too. I think the ones I'm going to go with is Bebop for this little bee over here, our little waiter bee with the bow tie. And then as for the bee with the cute bow on her head, we'll call her Beatrix. Well, she seems to like that name. She seems very, very happy. She's already gotten us quite a few more new bucks too, so I'll bet pretty soon we'll be able to buy the next reward in the 7Z Rewards Club. Now, I told you guys that I was going to collect plenty of wild honey, and I definitely did. I have so many apiaries running inside the moss blanket now. Oh, and I also set up some pink dervish slimes over here, so we can get even more of those pink plorts. We absolutely need to set up some worker drones for this area too. I'm curious to see if they'll be able to put the pink plorts straight into our refinery, because that would be super helpful as well. So let's see how many of these drones we can make now. Yeah, look at all this wild honey. We have plenty of hexacombs and jellystones. I think we should be able to make quite a few. Let's see, 4 new drones. So one of you said that we can only have 2 drones per area on our ranch. So that makes it perfect for 2 drones here in the lab and 2 drones in the Royal Gardens, where we're going to set our mosaic tabbies free today. So let's see if we can find a good place to start setting them up over here. I mean, I suppose right in this location should be fine. We'll pop one of our bees down over next to our pink tabbies, and then I guess the other one can be on the other side, right next to our tiny little echo pile. So I definitely want one of these drones to focus on the pink plorts. Since we need them so often for our experiments, it would be excellent if I don't have to worry about gathering them. Now I wonder if the other bee would get confused if we have them focus on all of the other plorts. Because we have tabby plorts for them to gather, and we have dervish plorts too, but I wouldn't want them to sell off our pink plorts. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do is have the second bee just focus on the fruit, giving the fruit to all of our different slimes here. So that means we will have to sell off some of the plorts ourselves, but I think we can handle just... Oh, it doesn't go to the refinery? Oh no! Okay, that's not going to work then. We don't want them getting rid of our pink plorts on us. Well, that kind of stinks. I guess instead we could have one of them gather up the dervish plorts then, and take those to the plort market. I wonder if we'll have to set up one of those links though. They did say that a drone can only operate in one ranch expansion, so I'm curious if he'll be able to fly all the way over to the actual plort market, or if he's going to need a little bit of help. Yeah, it doesn't really look like he's too interested in flying around right now, so we might actually need to place down one of those links after all. We'll pop it right over here. I'm sure that I have one inside our inventory at the moment, so let's see if that works. Are you interested now? There we go. He looks like he's ready and raring to go to find those dervish plorts. Yeah, that really stinks that we can't have them put it in here inside the refinery for us. I wonder if that's going to be changed in the future. I wouldn't be surprised, because it seems like it's probably pretty easy for them to do. At least the dervish plorts are going to get us quite a few new bucks though. We'll have to come by to pick up the tabby plorts, of course, but otherwise I am very, very happy for the little bee's help. And as for you, if you could just make sure that all of my happy little slimes are fed, then that would be excellent. We'll have you focus on the fruit inside our gardens, and you can pop those straight into the auto feeders of all of our slimes for us. There we go. So that means that we shouldn't have any very angry dervish slimes on our hands, so they shouldn't be whipping up any tornadoes while we're gone. Oh, and they're just so cute. I love hearing them flutter around the ranch. Now, if we have enough resources for the smart fashion pod... Oh, we're only missing a little bit of jellystone? Well, I think these are actually pretty easy for us to gather up. I feel like this would be the perfect fashion pod for the little bees at the lab. It'll make them look very, very sophisticated and smart. So we'll see if we can gather up some more jellystone later, and then hopefully we'll have some new costumes for you guys to wear too. But right now, we need to get to work setting all of our mosaic tabbies free. In fact, maybe what we should do is look around for some more of the tabbies to bring to the royal gardens. That way we can give them more loyal subjects to watch over. It's usually pretty easy to find tabbies around these parts. And aside from that, I believe there's another party gordo out this weekend. They posted another little hint on their Twitter page that said something along the lines of, I think it was, what's the one thing in common between the dry reef and the grotto? This right here is the dry reef, but our grotto is the cave expansion. So I'm curious if maybe it's going to be inside here somewhere, because this place actually does look quite a bit like the grotto. Hello? Any parties taking place? Not over here, unfortunately. They're all very, very angry. We probably should have brought some food, too, if we were going to go searching for the party gordo. But I suppose we can always come back if we do manage to find him. Yeah, it doesn't actually seem like he's out here. Maybe he's somewhere else around the dry reef instead? Is there some other cave that we could check? There was that cave where the phosphor gordo was hiding, so I suppose we could check that one too. That one is actually much closer to where we can pick up some normal tabbies. Oh my goodness, I wish I had brought some food for you guys too. The poor things are starving in that cave. That's why they end up getting so cranky, if there's no food for them to eat. Though if they just flutter out in this direction, I'm sure they'd be able to find plenty, if all of these tars are any indication. Hey, you leave my slime buddies alone, okay? We don't need you eating all of our tabbies up here. Yeah, I think this was where the phosphor gordo was. So let's just poke our heads in here too, just in case. Oh, it appears to be the chicken caves now. The stony hen caves? How on earth did you guys find your way into here? They must have been trying to hide from all of the other slimes in the area. Very, very interesting. I don't believe they were there before. Ooh, have we been down this way before? I'm not sure if we've ever explored this area. There's some more chickens, the stony hens. We must have been here because I have actually opened up this door, and there's one of those treasure pods too. So I guess it's just been a particularly long time since we last went exploring here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the party gordo is in this area either. So I guess we're just going to have to continue on our way. Maybe we'll stumble into him while we're searching for more of those tabbies. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a tabby party down there, that's for sure. But most of them have already turned into largos. Unfortunately, we can only bring along tabbies who haven't changed their appearances yet. Oh my gosh, and they're just sprouting up one by one. Pretty soon we're going to have some tars after us. Yup, what a surprise. Well, there is another area on the dry reef where I like to go to collect tabbies. So let's see if we have any more luck around there. Unfortunately, there weren't any fresh tabbies for us to pick up inside this area either. And they're probably all getting taken out by the tars anyways. Yeah, this is another place where they like to hang out because there are so many hen-hens just falling from the cliffs. But if we scoot up to the main area right here, and then go around the corner. Oh, looks like one of them already came out to play with the pink slimes. We'll scoop you up too. Now if we jump down here, I think this is also about where I usually find the tabbies. Though I wonder if we're going to have to wait until it's light out, because it might just be that the phosphors are spawning instead. There we go. 2 more tabbies for the Royal Gardens. Anyone else want to join us in the wilds today? I promise it'll be a very good life for you guys, okay? We're going to make sure this place is decorated to your approval. To the Queen's approval especially. It looks like we have a little box to open up too. We might as well crack that open. Some more little hen-hens for you guys to gobble up. Maybe 8 tabbies is okay for now. I know we do have a good amount inside the corrals anyway, and that's plenty for the Royal Queen to keep track of. Part of me is a little bit worried that they're going to go flying straight into the slime sea. So maybe we'll have to see if we can set up some decorations right on the edge. Just something over here to stop them from catapulting straight to their doom. But let's go ahead and set up our bee drones first. Oh my goodness, and the Queen has escaped again. Well, I guess I can let you munch on a little bit of lunch. Then we'll throw you back into your throne, so you won't end up popping away either. Now where can we set up these bees? Maybe over by the royal parsnips, I guess? One over here would probably be a good place. We'll plop you down right there. And then another one next to the Queen herself. The Queen Bee, perhaps. Yeah, we'll put you over here so you can keep track of her for us. It looks like these bees are actually green. Oh, that's cute. They match the wilds. Oh, is this a different type of tech then? Can we change the colors based on the places that we are? Ogden tech. Oh, I think they changed this. Wait a second, so we could make them look special just for the wilds? Oh, what would be the best color for our Rainbow Queen? Pretty loud looks interesting. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's nice and bright. Yes, some bubblegum pink bees. Oh, that looks super cute. And it really matches the flower too. We might just leave you like that after all. So as far as how we're going to set up these bees, I think it would be best if they just focus on the plorts. We will need to set up another one of those plort market links though. We put the only one we had inside the lab, so I guess we'll have to run back and make another. For now, we'll activate them as is, so we know that they'll be ready to go. We don't really need them to focus on the food if we're just going to let our tabbies hop freely around the place. They can find the food themselves. So you're going to do the same thing, pick up all of those plorts right outside our plots, and bring it straight to the plort market. Now, if we get rid of their corral, is it going to destroy all of these plorts too? Maybe we should grab them before we do, just in case, because I would hate to lose that entire pile of treasure. I guess it goes to show how much help we actually need around this place. We don't visit it too often, so if we could have the bees just working to help us collect all of those plorts in the meantime, that would be excellent. I guess we'll have to do the same for Mochi's place too, where we have all of our quantum slimes right now. So each and every one of our expansions will be working to its fullest potential. Alright, so let's scoot on back to the lab to... Oh my goodness, every single time it does that, it gets me nervous. I feel like the game is going to crash if we have too many new bucks to collect. Oh, but it looks like all of our bees are doing a pretty good job collecting food for us. And they must be doing a good job selling off those dervish plorts too, if that was any indication. So we want to make one market link. Let's see if hopefully we have enough resources for that. Oh, just enough of that jellystone. Maybe it's a good thing that we didn't make that fashion pot after all. Hopefully we'll still have enough resources for a couple of decorations though. We did just find this mossy tree. Oh, and of course it takes honey. That wild honey is very, very popular right now. I guess this would be the perfect thing for us to make then. I know our bees would be happy, and I'm sure that our tabbies will love to climb this tree too. But I'm looking for something that might stop them from falling off the edge. And if they're climbing trees, then that would be a good way for them to pounce straight into the slime seed too. So what would make a good barrier? One of the rocks, maybe? Would any of these blend in nice with the scenery? I mean, it is the wild, so I suppose our carved rocks would, but we do need some more saber plorts. So I think I'm going to have to collect those outside of an episode, because I'm pretty sure our poor saber slimes are going hungry. That is a possibility, though. And if nothing else works, then we'll remember to come back to make one of those. But I think we should finally be ready to hopefully set our mosaic tabbies free. And hopefully this isn't going to go completely wrong either. Tabbies can be very, very tricky slimes, and we know that from plenty of experience. Do you guys need a little bit of extra water? Gotta make sure our bee drones are happy and healthy. You're probably working the hardest over here, Beatrix, so I want to make sure that you have plenty of water to recharge with too. Here we go. I hope all of our little tabbies are ready. Let's go ahead and set up our market link first. You know, we could always put that over here. Oh, I wonder if the tabbies would be less likely to mess around where the bees are working. Or if perhaps they're going to be particularly mischievous. Well, let's give it a try. We'll put our market link over here, so hopefully that'll block some of the tabbies from bouncing into the sea. And then I guess for now we'll do the same with our tree. It's very, very risky, but we'll see if it works. Oh, look at this massive thing. Yeah, I bet the bees will love this too, since we did make it out of honey inside our lab, and it's a nice shady spot for them to relax in. Oh my gosh, they're already hard at work. Oh, you are perfect, little one. We will have to figure out what we're going to give them for fashion pods too. But for now, we'll just leave them as is. I do love their colors. I think this blends in so nicely with the wilds. But I think we should be ready to set you guys free. We'll just scoop up these plorts again. I can't believe they've generated that many since we've been gone. That is crazy. And it looks like our rainbow queen is already munching on a little bit of a lunch herself too. So I know that you guys are going to have a lot of fun. Actually, I think what we'll do is probably leave the parsnips over by the cliff sides. That way they'll be more likely to stick into that area rather than hopping toward the sea instead. But here we go. Let's demolish our plot, release the tabbies, go free, little ones. Explore the world. All of this is yours to enjoy now. We'll get rid of the other corrals too. I suppose that means we can build some different things here. Maybe even a little puddle for them to splash around in and have pool parties just like the puddle slimes. I mean, for that matter, I guess we could also bring some puddle slimes here too, for the tabbies to play around with. Oh my goodness, it is going to be so chaotic in here, isn't it? Well, let's speed up the process. We'll toss in some of our mosaic plorts. It's not as though they have any chickens to eat out here, so we want to make sure that they acquire a taste for parsnips very quickly. And it seems like this slime might be longing for all the parsnips inside this corral. Well, this is almost cruel. Let's go ahead and demolish this plot too. Whoops, it should be over here. There it is. You were pointing it out for me, weren't you, little one? So now all of those parsnips should be free for you to eat. I feel like we might want to put some of these away inside some sort of silo too, because there are a lot of parsnips out here, and so many plorts already. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness these guys are such hard workers, but you are definitely going to need some help. So what do you think, my rainbow little queen? She seems awfully happy, doesn't she? dancing around inside her own royal gardens. Yeah, I think we will actually keep the parsnips right up here on the cliffs, so hopefully they'll be less likely to go exploring in the more dangerous areas. Oh, this place is looking so beautiful now. We'll have to see if we can find some more decorations to place over this way, because this is the only area that's lacking at the moment. Oh, and we can buy some more of the slime toys too. I know we already have a disco ball for them, but let's buy one of the yarn balls as well, since this is the Tabby's favorite toy to play with. We'll send this out for you guys for a little extra fun. So what do you guys think of the place so far? Are there any decorations that you would like to see for our Rainbow Queen's court? And what should we give our bee drones for fashion pods? We need to figure that out too. We do have access to the mustache fashion pod. That one might look interesting on our bees. They could be like, maybe fancy little butlers for our rainbow princess. Let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. That is so cute. Yeah, for now, I think I'm going to give them the handlebar mustache fashion pod, but let me know if there's something else that you guys think would fit even more. This entire update has just made me so happy. It's opened up so many more unique ways that we can raise our slimes, and it makes me excited to renovate the entire ranch, every single one of our expansions. Maybe our next project should be the overgrowth? That seems like it would be the most fitting place for these buzzing little bee drones. So I think that's what we'll do. And we'll pop in to make sure that our saber slimes are doing okay in Puddle Paradise as well. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!